Breaking news, everybody. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. So, we got a major earthquake today to report. 6.4 earthquake in Northern California. Oh man, we got some weather here too. Alright, so what's going on? I got some also personal, as you say, boots on the ground report from somebody that's very close to me, a family member that lives right there where it happened. So we'll talk about what this individual told me, what happened with them specifically, a very personal experience. But let's talk about what happened. First off, 70,000 plus people are out of power in Humboldt County, California. Humboldt County is the second most northern county in California. Del Norte County is above it, which borders Oregon. So 72% of Humboldt County is out of power. Ah man, just a second. Okay, so we got bridges closed. We have a bridge in Ferndale, Ferndale, California, that is basically in like 4 pieces. Roads are buckled all over the place. So this happened, 6.4 earthquake at early this morning. I forget the exact time. That's irrelevant. 7.5 miles west of Ferndale at a depth of 16 miles, which is south of Eureka, which is the largest town in that area, which borders Humboldt Bay. Across Humboldt Bay is also Arcata, California, where Humboldt State University is, for anybody that knows about that stuff. The aftershocks have been coming. There's been, 10 plus aftershocks, maybe around 20 aftershocks. There's been major gas leaks, major water mains are broken. The USGS reports that there's no tsunami threat because this happened offshore in the ocean. So that's good. There's no tsunami threats. A lot of damage to homes, a lot of damage. Stores also damaged, of course. Several structures have collapsed. So far, only 2 injuries reported, but it's very preliminary. This is the strongest earthquake in the area since 2019. There is no power at all in the town of Rio Dell, California. So Rio Dell, Ferndale, Fortuna area, that's kind of the epicenter. Rio Dell, Ferndale, pretty much the epicenter. From the person I was talking to that lives there. Major water main is out. Shook homes off their foundations. They're warning in the area not to call 911 unless you have an immediate emergency, because obviously they're swamped. Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E, is going around trying to restore power. The individual I talked to, I had to call on cell phone because the landline was down because they're still out of power. Power was supposed to be out back several hours ago, but they're still out of power right now. They're getting ready to hook up their generator to keep their deep freezer going. They're going to check the temperature of the deep freezer. This is why we prepare. This is exactly why we prepare. But anyway, let me talk more about it. State Route 211 is closed at Fernbridge. Significant damage in the town of Fortuna also. Alright, I'm going to talk about just this is why we prepare kind of stuff, and then I'm going to get into the first-hand report that I got from the individual on the phone. So, alternate sources of heat, right? What about water and the ability to cook food? The individual I talked to is fine because they have a natural gas cooktop. So they were able to light the stove, cook up or make up her coffee this morning, so they're good, and breakfast. But having alternate ways to cook is very important. This is exactly why we prepare for things like this. Not even to mention the major cold front that's going to hit the United States later this week. And there's going to be power outages associated with that also. So be mindful and be prepared. This is one of those times that, very important to be prepared. Having food on hand because stores are swamped, stores probably closed, a lot of damage. So anyway, first-hand account. This individual has lived in that area for more than 30 years, probably 40 years. It is the worst earthquake they have ever felt. Their house shook. The report is that it just shook and shook and shook and shook, and the noise was just insane. The amount of noise that went along with this. Very scary. Stuff falling off the shelves all over the place. This individual can't get through several of their rooms because of everything fallen over, and they're starting to clean up, trying to clean up. There's glass everywhere, broken glass everywhere. Their tree topper on their tree fell off. The tree itself is fine, but the tree topper fell off, and a ceramic head was actually fine because of the wings saved it when it hit the floor, hardwood floor. But so hey, it's good that angels have wings, right? That is good. And their natural gas is still flowing, so that's good. Even though there's gas leaks reported and stuff like that, their natural gas is still working, and that is in the city of Eureka, and this is in town. So they have a basic level of preparedness, so they don't have to go to the store immediately, which is great, because you don't want to be out there amongst all this stuff. You don't know which roads are damaged, which roads are not. This individual also told me that the town of Fernbridge, that people there to get out anywhere where they need to go to get supplies or anything like that needed, that they're going to have to go around through Rio Dell, which is kind of the epicenter. They're 100% out of power in that town. These are all smaller towns. Really, Eureka is the only large town. I mean, there's only almost like 140,000 people in the entire county of Humboldt County. It's very rural. Logging, fishing, those are the major industries up there. So, yeah, it is rural. So it didn't affect, when you look at how many people it affected, not that many people, but it's a large area. It's a large county. So, yeah, they have to go, they have to go down through Rio Dell, which is the epicenter, to get to the freeway, to get anywhere. So, yeah, this is a major earthquake and a major thing that we need to report on and talk about. Because people say preppers are crazy because, people talk about the extreme stuff, like total collapse of society, SHTF, WROL, TO-TWACI, the end of the world as we know it. But things like this happen. Natural disasters happen. Earthquakes, freezing snow, power outages, hurricanes, all this stuff, it happens. This is the real world application of preparedness. Having food. This family is good to go. They have food. Why do they have food? Well, because they're smart and because they listen to me. Yes, I'm not trying to take credit. They slowly woke up to the idea of being prepared. And also the events of the last couple of years really helped them also get over that hump and to get into preparedness. So it's very important to get out there and be prepared, at least a basic level of preparedness. I'm not saying they don't have, years of food storage, but they can get through weeks and not have to leave their house, which is very good. And having a backup generator is also very important if you're in a situation where you need that. I mean, we're all in different situations. I have a generator, yeah, I have several generators to run my deep freezer and other things that I need. But, in the wintertime now, I mean, it's 32 degrees right now, and it's raining like crazy out here. You can see that we got snow last night. It was 28 degrees, snowing all night. We had several inches, but then it started raining, and so it's all going away now. That's kind of the way it happens here. We don't get a lot of snow most of the time. All right, so get out there, ramp up your preps, because winter is going to get worse. This is going to be a cold, dark winter. We got to be ready for it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna light a fire in the wood stove today just to make sure everything's still working fine, and wood heat rocks. So anyway, that's the report. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more reports and information coming in as the reports come in. Anyway, this is a major event. Luckily, this happened in a more rural area though, and people in more rural areas are, they're a little more prepared because they are, you know, farmers, ranchers, stuff like that. Oh, also the dairy industry is big in that area. There's a lot of ranches in that area also. So it's all agricultural based and food production based economy in that area. So that's a good thing. If an earthquake like this happened, like say in downtown San Francisco or Los Angeles, something like that, it'd be a way different story. So please get out there, get your stuff squared away. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.